are you ready for some takedown?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
Okay. We're going to start with Mr. Mitchell's case. It's 25 SC 005-643, State versus Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell is here in court with his lawyer, Ms. Wood, and we have Ms. Smith for the state. Mr. Mitchell, Ms. Wood tells me that you're prepared to enter a plea in your case. Is that correct? Okay. I'm going to need you to scooch in a little bit and be closer to that microphone so that Ms. Rivers can hear what you've got to say. And I'm fine letting you remain seated so we can get through this. If you need to take a break at any point because you're not feeling well or you need to talk to Ms. Wood, will you let me know? Okay. Ms. Smith is going to swear you in just a moment, administer an oath, and she's going to ask you, is there an adult there? Okay, there we go. Ask you a bunch of questions about your case. You need to answer her questions truthfully and completely, but you need to ask questions if you're not following what's going on or something's not making sense. Will you do that? Great. All right, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Judge. Before starting, there was a reduction of count one. Would you like for me to tell you what that reduction is now?
Yes, let me get the indictment up. Okay.
Count one is going to be reduced to felony obstruction. That's OCGA 16-10-24B.
All right.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in the matter currently before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. You can lower your hand. Please state your true, correct, and legal name for the court.
Mitchell.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine?
I'm on my asthma partner. I took my blood pressure with my weight on.
You said you're on an alpha blocker?
Asthma pump.
Asthma medicine. Okay. Well, whatever medicine you're taking, blood pressure, asthma, etc., does any of that medicine make you drowsy or woozy? Does it interfere with your ability to understand what's going on? Okay.
Is the microphone on?
It's on.
It's okay to yell.
I'm trying to speak.
I know it's tricky with the asthma and whatnot, but Ms. Rivers is having a little trouble hearing you, so be as loud as you can. Thank you.
Mr. Harvey, Mr. Mitchell, my apologies. How old are you and how far have you gone to school?
I'm 60 years old, 10th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Can't read it right too good.
Can you understand, though, what we're saying?
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial. Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes.
Do you need more time to discuss your case with your attorney? And are you satisfied with her services? Counsel, are you satisfied that your client has a full understanding of this proceeding?
I am.
Also, do you waive the formal reading of the indictment and any and all defects in the indictment for the purposes of this plea?
No way.
Mr. Mitchell, do you remember being arrested on these charges?
Yes.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Are you or your attorney aware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges?
You're not.
Okay. Do you understand that this is a non-negotiated or blind plea and that the state will recommend a sentence to the court?
Yes.
Do you also understand that the court can impose any sentence authorized by law, including a higher sentence than that recommended by the state, up to the maximum sentence on each charge? Do you understand that if you're placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes.
Do you also understand that if you're charged with a crime in the future, that this plea may be used to enhance that sentencing, including on a federal case?
Yes. Yes.
Are you currently on probation?
No.
And are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be following a conviction from a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to serve on a jury, the right to obtain a passport, or the ability to obtain employment.
Yes.
Do you also understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, you cannot use, receive, possess, transport, or own a firearm, and that if you did, you could be charged with another felony offense?
Yes.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering this guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up the following rights? The right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to see and hear the witnesses called to testify against you, the right to the assistance of counsel, either hired by you or court appointed if you cannot afford an attorney, the right to the presumption of innocence, which means that the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're guilty of these charges, the right to testify on your own behalf or remain silent, the right to present other evidence of your own and call your own witnesses, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand that these are the charges you're waiving by entering this guilty plea today?
Yes.
Counsel, are you satisfied that your client understands that these are the rights that they'll be waiving by pleading guilty today?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell, has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter into this guilty plea?
No.
As to indictment number 25 SC 005643, how do you plead to count 1, reduced charge of willful obstruction, count 2, reckless driving, count 3, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, count 4, failure to maintain lane or improper lane change, and count 5, driving while license suspended or revoked?
Yes.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charges against you?
Say that again? Yes.
You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Yes, you want her to say it again, or yes, you're answering her question?
After, of course.
Okay.
Do you understand that you do not have a right to appeal directly from your guilty plea? But if you believe that there's some type of error in your guilty plea, that you can apply to the appropriate appellate court to request a discretionary appeal?
Yes.
Do you understand that that has to be completed within 30 days from today? Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for a felony charge and 12 months from today for a misdemeanor charge to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Your Honor, if this case were to proceed to trial, the state would show that on May 31st, 2024, officers of the Atlanta Police Department responded to a disorderly conduct call at 1695 Pryor Road. This is a 3 grocery convenience store location. When the officers got there, they talked to the clerk that said that an individual that was identified as Mr. Harvey was at the store causing a disturbance. At this time, the officers did try to approach Mr. Mitchell to get him to get out of the car so they can speak with him. At this time, Mr. Mitchell backed out from the parking spot that he was in at that location. And while backing out, he hit 2 cars, one that was just at the location and another car that was owned by the police department. And he began to flee from the police officers. While fleeing from the police officers, he ran a red light, was driving recklessly, and eventually he was stopped by the police officers and apprehended. At that time, the officers did check his identification, where they found that his license was suspended. Because of the facts that happened on this case, Mr. Mitchell was charged with the offenses we have before us today. All of this also occurred, Your Honor, in Fulton County. Regarding the recommendation for this case, the state will be asking for count 1, 5 years on probation, and for counts 2 through 5, 12 months probation to run concurrent with count 1. Regarding those special conditions of probation, the state will be recommending that the defendant complete a defensive driving course, pay a $1,300 fine, attend an anger management course and successfully complete it, and also stay away from the incident location at that 1695 Pryor Street. And that is all from the state, Your Honor.
How did you come up with 1,300? Is that statutorily for all the different things, or that's just what you think the right number is?
Yes, under the statute, specifically for count 3, on my end, which is fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer.
Mhm.
And then for count 5, which is driving while license suspended or revoked. And that was just based on criminal history, things that we saw, and then what was allowed by the statute.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And you described one of the 2 cars that was hit as a vehicle that was owned by the police department. Was it not like a marked patrol car?
No,
or
it was.
Okay, so he hit a police car.
Yes.
And he hit a civilian car.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. But it's not charged, so there's no count of damaging government property. Is there restitution because he knocked out the headlights of the police car, or?
No, not at this time.
Okay, all right, thank you. I don't think we don't have pretrial. Ms. Simpson, has Mr. Mitchell been on probation before?
He completed first offender in 1992. After that, he has a felony conviction from 2004 and another felony conviction. The first one was possession of cocaine. The second felony conviction after that was serious injury by field. And that was in 2010.
In 10, okay, all right, thank you. Ms. Wood?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Mitchell is 60 years old, as you've heard. He's currently unemployed. He's actually working through some health issues, as you've seen. He's trying to get on disability. He's got back issues and then knee issues. He also suffers from asthma. He last was gainfully employed as a mechanic. Your Honor, in this situation, so on the night of this incident, he was having an issue with his blood pressure. And so he wasn't in his right state of mind when all this happened. And then once the interaction, he did have a little bit of a argument with the cashier. And then once the police got involved, he sort of freaked out. And couple that with him not being in his right mind, and we have this case here today, Judge. I am asking the court to consider a sentence of 5 years probation. We don't have a problem with anger management class. I don't know if he's actually going to be driving anymore because he doesn't have a good license and he's not really able to drive, but I understand if the court wants to impose a defensive driving course. There was mention, although the state didn't charge it, of drugs being in the vehicle. So I am recommending a drug and alcohol evaluation and treatment as recommended.
Me too.
And then finally, Judge, since the state's requesting that fine and then he's currently unemployed, I would ask the court to consider waiving fees for a period of time.
Okay.
As I requested the court.
What's the non-negotiated part? Just that the,
Did I miss? I'm so sorry. Did you change the offer altogether?
It was, well, yeah, it was 1 year to serve first within the 5 year probation.
I'm so sorry. The original offer was 5 serve 1.
okay,
So that's why I was going to be non-negotiable.
got it.
Thank you, Leah.
Okay,
So it's not non-negotiable, Judge.
got it.
Apologies.
That's okay. No, I want to make sure that the final disposition reflects what the parties reached, and here it was a negotiated plea. Mr. Mitchell, do you have any questions about what Ms. Smith just said or what your lawyer, Ms. Wood, just said?
So, Your Honor,
Okay. How did you get here today?
my friend brought me here,
How do you,
dropped me off, she gonna come pick me up.
she's gonna come pick you up? Okay. How do you, in general, get around if you're going to the grocery store or to the doctor?
I ride with her if she's not working. I ride with her if she's not working.
Okay, got it. So that's your source of transportation.
Your Honor,
And as of today, right now, your driver's license is not valid. Okay, all right. Tell me how far along you are in getting disability benefits. Have you applied or you're thinking about applying?
I'm trying to apply, though, I'm trying to get this. I applied once, but they denied me, so I'm going back again and try again.
Did they deny you because these charges were open, or they said you're not disabled?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I just ain't got nothing back yet. They ain't denied me, I just ain't got nothing back yet. Here,
Okay.
heard nothing back.
Got it. Okay. Well, Mr. Mitchell, I find there's a factual basis for your plea. Sounds like that was a tough day for you and there was a lot going on. Doesn't excuse what you did, but it kind of explains what happens. Always dangerous to drive fast away from the police You never know if you're going to hit a little kid who runs out into the street or what the police are going to do when they catch up with you. So I'm glad that it ended as relatively safely as it did. It could have been a lot worse. And you already have a serious injury by vehicle case. So if anyone knew that that could go poorly, I guess it was you. So I understand why the state had its original recommendation. But I do find there's a factual basis for your plea, and that your plea is knowing, meaning you've understood what we talked about, and voluntary, meaning no one forced you to enter this plea. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Wood, can someone in my office sign the indictment for you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Smith?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Mitchell, can we sign the indictment for you?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. I will follow for the most part what has been negotiated. So your sentence on count 1, which has been amended and reduced to obstruction, felony obstruction of an officer, 16-10-24B, will be 5 years, and I'll probate that. And then your sentence as to all of the misdemeanors will be 12 months to serve. Not to serve, probated, and they'll run concurrently. So it's a total sentence of 5 years probation. I am going to assess a fine. We need to, on the final disposition, break it out by counts. So for the reckless driving, it is?
500.
Okay. So $500 for reckless driving. We got 800 left. I'll come back to the fine. I'm going to keep telling you what you need to do. You have to pay the fine, but it's pay as you are able. And so unless you win the lottery, you'll be paying it a little bit at a time. And I appreciate that it may be that a lot of what you earn is government benefits, and it's going to seem strange to get money from the government only to give it back. But these fines are mandatory. It's not the prosecutor saying, I want to stick it to Mr. Mitchell. I'll let you know how that's broken out, but it is that total of $1,300, and you'll need to pay that down as you are able over the course of your probation. Special condition number 2 is no driving. Don't drive. I don't care if you get your driver's license back. Given the health concerns you've got and the history I've seen of why you've been locked up over the last 10 years, it's all been strange driving stuff. And so I think it's better if your friend gives you a ride or Marta gives you a ride. So while you're on probation, you may not drive motor vehicles on public roadways in Georgia. You will need to have a drug and alcohol abuse evaluation. And that is not me calling you an addict in any way, but just in case there's something going on with a little bit too much alcohol or something else, I want a medical professional to meet with you. And if that person says, you know what, you'd benefit from this treatment or that treatment, the treatment becomes part of your probation. I'm not going to require the defensive driving course because you're not going to be driving. You will need to take an anger management course, and probation can help you find that. You'll need to do that within the first 6 months of your probation. You need to stay away from that convenience store. Is that the only place you could go to get groceries? Okay, then we're going to stay away from the convenience store at $16.95 prior, and I will waive your probation supervision fees. So you can focus on paying down that fine, getting your benefits, and just sort of taking care of your household, okay? Did we get those fine amounts?
We did for count 3, which is the fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, that's a $1,000 fine.
$1,000 for count 3.
And then for count 5, driving while license suspended and revoked, that's $300.
There's your 300. So count 5 has the $300 fine, and that'll be payable to probation. Yeah, the clerk's office pushes back if we don't say in there, is it payable to the clerk or probation? But as long as he's on probation, yeah, so that'll be payable through probation. They'll let you know how much you need to be trying to pay and where that money goes. Okay? I think I covered everything. Ms. Smith, anything else? Ms. Wood?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, good luck with things. I'm glad you've got a friend who can help you get around. I'm going to have Ms. Simpson give you reporting instructions, but she'll talk to you right outside the courtroom, letting you know where you need to be and when. Do not miss that first appointment. That's the one time you'll probably have to go to someone. Generally, probation can come to you, especially if you're somewhat disabled and not very mobile. But the first time you go to their office, it's on Memorial Drive, not far from here, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.